Hi, my name is Holly Andersen, and I'm a professor in the philosophy department here, and one of the courses that I teach is Philosophy 144, which is an introductory level philosophy of science class. In the philosophy department, we also have a 300 level philosophy of science one, but the course that I teach for 144 is really oriented towards students who have never taken a philosophy course before, and for students who are looking to learn a little more science on the side too. So it fulfills the humanities breadth requirement as well as the science breadth requirement. So a lot of the students who take this course are looking for, usually about 50% of them are looking for one and 50% for the other. So what I'm going to tell you is the way that I teach the course. There are other people in my department who also teach it, and they have different approaches, so we don't have a single syllabus that we all use. So the way I teach the course is to take a historical focus on the development of science from Aristotle all the way through Newton. And we look at these major episodes in the development of science, and then we alternate weeks with this to look at the ways in which there are contemporary episodes in science that mirror many of the same philosophical issues that we see in the historical ones. So for instance, we start the course by looking at the Aristotelian physics. And so we look at what Aristotle said about how things fall, about the structure of the cosmos based on the different kinds of elements that there are and the different natural motions for those elements. And we see how this puts together not just a physics, but also an astronomical view of the world. We then switch and read something by, say, Thomas Kuhn about paradigms and how paradigms structure science. And then we look at the way in which the Aristotelian worldview actually counts as a paradigm. Then, for instance, we read a little bit about, say, Copernicus giving us a new paradigm for understanding the structure of the world. And then we look at we look at the Large Hadron Collider and the way in which particle physics also count as, in a very similar way, giving us a new kind of paradigm. So, because this is a philosophy course, it tends to be writing oriented. Our focus in philosophy, we've got three main things that we help students get better at. One of them is reading. So it's very difficult to read some of these philosophy texts because you have to not merely read them to understand what's going on, but really to get something out of it in terms of the structure of the argumentation. We also teach people how to write. That's one of the big things that we do in our department. We teach people how to write precisely and clearly, to get straight into the point and then make your point and then stop doing it. And one of the other things that we teach that a lot of people don't realize is discussion. So discussion as a tool for coming to understand a topic better, and we get to practice this sort of thing in the tutorial sections. So this is a very popular course within our department, and a lot of people take just this course in philosophy and then sometimes decide to go on into further philosophy courses.